Hi, and welcome to Little Suburban Homestead. Hey, I just wanted to talk about something today. We promised you that we would be covering different ways to cook off grid. And so this one is pretty cool. It's called a Volcano stove. You can see that there. There's the logo in the front of the bag. This thing we probably bought, I don't know, probably, I'm going to guess around 25 years ago, something like that. And I checked, they're still online. No, I don't get a kickback from these things, but they're very cool. So comes in an extremely tough tarp style bag. We're going to go ahead and open it up here. It's been used a lot. We used to use this thing regularly for camping. Probably haven't used it in about 4 or 5 years. Here's the probably outdated cooking manual. It's a cookbook and stuff like that, how to use this thing. The great thing about a Volcano stove is it's kind of like other stoves, but it creates kind of like a vortex where it pulls air in from the bottom and shoots it through the whole stove, and then thereby creating a hotter, more controlled fire with less briquettes or less whatever. You can put sticks, wood, whatever you want in here. We're going to go ahead and cook some pork chops today, and so we'll show you how we're doing that. We got a pig that was totally unvaccinated from birth. These people raise their pigs from piglets, so they control what they eat and everything. We're excited about getting that. So anyway, we'll kind of go through that. So again, here's the cookbook and the owner's manual and things like that. We've got some fire starters that we've had in here for years. This is an adapter to be able to, and they talk about that. This is an adapter to be able to hook up a propane bottle to this. So if you had propane and you didn't want to mess with all the soot and everything like that, you can do that. So it's got the hose there, the adapter that goes in and attaches to that. We're not going to mess with any of this today. In fact, we've actually never used that part because it works so well. This thing is really dirty because we really used it a lot. Anyway, some wrenches that go along with this part of it here. Here's the great thing. This thing is collapsible. So as you can tell, it's very dirty, very, very dirty. But you grab a hold of the handle here and voila, you've got legs that fold out. And here's the damper slides back and forth. You can see it inside there, moving the inside back and forth so you can control the amount of airflow. So move all this stuff over here. And this will sit like that. You've got your grate. It's really great for the briquettes to sit on. Okay, so that fits down there first. And then this is they call this a diffuser plate. This is important because this makes the heat go uniformly across your cooking surface here. So you can use this if you need it. Sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. This, by the way, is the thing for Dutch ovens. In fact, with the Dutch oven cooking, you'll see in the manual, the Dutch oven cooking, you don't actually have to put briquettes on top of the Dutch oven. So you can if you want. It's not a big deal, but you don't have to. We've used this to cook our favorite peach cobbler, and it's amazing, you know. So, but this stove went with us with every camping trip. So you can put this diffuser down there if you want. Fits right there, like that on the top. And then your grill, which really needs to be cleaned after all these years, must have not cleaned it after our last camping trip. That fits around on top like that. So that's all there is to it. Boy, this thing is dirty. We sold, well, let's see here. We sold the Jeep and the trailer 10 years ago, this year, 10 years ago. Colorado's turned into a mess to go camping and four-wheeling in. So we finally decided that we were done. Unfortunately, our grandkids will not have the opportunity to be able to do what we did. And we could blame several states for that, for overrunning Colorado, but we were not going to get into that. Anyway, so what we're going to talk about, though, is how to cook with the Volcano stove. So we're going to go ahead, come along with us, and we'll get this thing going. We'll show you how many briquettes you should put in. Not a lot. It works with very minimum briquettes, produces a lot of heat. And like I say, you can control the airflow with the damper down here. And we'll do a subsequent video sometime in the fall when we like to do our peach cobbler. So come along with us and enjoy the meal. Wish you could smell it. All right, so Volcano stove, by the way, it's volcanostove.com is where you want to buy these things from, and they're very cool. So you don't have to put a huge amount. We got some very old briquettes here. It doesn't matter. These are ones that are supposed to light by themselves, but who knows. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to count them out here, because what they suggest doing is putting them along the edge, touching each other. So we're going to go ahead and do that. By the way, charcoal briquettes are a desiccant if you're in a very humid environment, which we are not. You want to make sure that you wrap these things with plastic, because they will they'll absorb moisture like any desiccant would, and then they won't work. You can't make them work with when they're full of water. So we live in a very dry climate, though, and so we don't really worry about those things. So anyway, I've got them. One around, that one's kind of broke. Get a good one here. Got them to where they're all touching each other. So that's what they want. They want them around the edges like that, around the circumference. Okay. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to repile them up in a heap here. Otherwise, they're not all going to light. And we'll soak them all down. I'm not going to light this thing with the camera here, because I've got the camera over it, and that'd be bad. So anyway, we'll go ahead and light those. When those are good and hot, what we'll do is we'll take them with the tongue, and I will go ahead and set them around the perimeter, and we'll kind of go from there. So we'll be right back. All right, so we've already had some of these. These are amazing. Can't buy these in the store at all. So I'm going to put them around the outside edge, over the heat there, and we've got some pineapple that we want to put on. When you thought about that, that'd be a good idea. So I'm going to put some pineapple out here. Get some of that going. And we'll let that start cooking. We'll be right back. Okay, well, as you can see, they're doing well. The smoke now coming off is obviously off of the pork chops. But yeah, I mean, it works good. I didn't have enough briquettes in there, so in between shots there, I did have to fire up some more in a different area and add about 5 or 6 more. So to grill, they suggest having 25 to 30 briquettes. I had 14. So it's been a long time since we used it. And by the way, I was looking through the cookbook and manual. Always read the manual. This thing is full of information. This one right here, full of information. It's got a 2009 copyright on it, so I think I've had it for less than I thought, but I think it was still a fairly new product when we bought it. Probably 2010, something like that, 2011, something. Anyway, great product. Again, you can still find them online, and they're not just for grilling. Boy, you go through the cookbook, the technical manual, and it talks about wok cooking, pan frying cooking, not only one Dutch oven, but multiple Dutch ovens, how to do that. And so this thing is like the cooking apparatus for off-grid cooking. It is so, and you don't have to use briquettes if you don't want to. You can use wood for that matter. Now, obviously, briquettes are going to last longer. Wood would go up and smoke a whole lot faster. And so now we didn't use the round plate, and what the plate does is it slows the airflow down. They recommend for barbecuing like we're doing, and that you don't use that plate. And you don't want to use any more than 30 briquettes, but between 25 and 30. And again, I didn't have enough. So as you can tell and you can hear, unfortunately you can't smell because it smells amazing. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and end it here. So please like, subscribe, please subscribe, and please comment as to maybe what you would like to see us do in the future here. We're going to be talking about a different stove here also, and we're going to be doing, again, we're going to be coming back to this and talking about Dutch oven cooking. So with that, guys, have a great summer. If you're seeing this in the wintertime, summer's coming. But I'll tell you what, this can work in the wintertime too. This can totally work in the wintertime. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Please like, subscribe, and comment. This is Little Suburban Homestead, and we'll see you next time.
I know James just closed us out, but we wanted to just show the end result of our barbecuing on the Volcano stove. So here we go. Looks really good. Amazing. I'm just gonna cut one more spot so you can see. Oh yeah.
It's all the way through. Good.
Gonna be really nice.
And I wanted to show this black. I've got the website wrong. So here's actually their phone number and info and their website. So anyway, why don't you go ahead and close this out for real this time.
And thanks for joining us today, and we hope to see you soon. And have a great evening. Like and subscribe.